Hi, I'm Eric with Simply Elegant Home Cooking, and today I'm going to show you how to make crispy golden brown restaurant quality French fries. There's just a couple techniques that you need to follow, and it's going to guarantee that your French fries turn out perfect every time. Stick around, I'll show you how it's done. So here's my setup. I have 2 russet potatoes that I have rinsed and scrubbed thoroughly. You don't need to peel them, but you can if you like. I like to leave a little bit of the skin on. And I also have a large bowl of cold water. It's very important once we cut the potatoes to immediately put them into cold water. That's going to prevent them from oxidizing. And here's my method for cutting them. I like to cut off just a little bit of the ends. It's going to give us flat pieces to work with. So you want to cut a little bit off, rotate it 90 degrees. And I also like to cut off these smaller ends as well. And you'll notice we still have a little bit of the peel on there. Don't worry about that. A little bit is going to be just fine. And what you want to do next, you want to cut these into strips about 1/3 of an inch thick, or whatever your desired thickness is. And you don't want to do too many at a time because you don't want your knife to slip. You want to take about just 2 pieces at a time and then cut them the other direction. And you want to try to get these as even as possible. And here's how everything should look when you're done cutting them up. You just want to throw these right into the cold water once they're done. And what we want to do, we want to let these sit for at least 30 minutes in the cold water. In addition to preventing the oxidization, that's also going to help remove the starch. It's going to help us fry them up and get them nice and crisp and golden brown. So I'm going to rinse this out a couple times during that 30-minute period while we wait. And this is the oil that I'm going to be frying in. I almost always like to use peanut oil. The recipe does still work with vegetable or canola oil, but this is going to give you a much better flavor. And 30 minutes into the soaking process, here's our fries. You'll notice that the water is very clear. That's because I have rinsed it out about 4 or 5 times to get rid of all that starch. So at this point, we can drain them, and you want to dry them very thoroughly on paper towels or kitchen towels. And here's my setup with the fries. Drying these off, you just want to make sure to kind of move them around a little bit to make sure you get all sides as dry as you can get them. So we're just waiting now for the oil to come up to temperature, and we'll be ready to get these fried up in just a few minutes. Okay, and our oil is ready. It's come up to temperature, and this is really the secret to making really good crispy French fries that are perfectly cooked. You actually need to fry them separately at 2 different temperatures. So I've heated the oil to 330 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm going to cook them for about 6 minutes, and then on the second fry we're going to raise the temperature, and that second fry is what's going to get them really nice and crispy. But this first one is to cook the insides to make sure that they're completely done on the insides. So we're going to let these go for about 6 minutes at 330 degrees Fahrenheit. And as those fry, I like to just put this lid on. That's going to prevent it from getting smoke everywhere in my kitchen. Okay, and we're 6 minutes in, so I'm going to just take these off the heat and prop them up. And what I'm going to do now, I'm going to raise the temperature to 375 degrees Fahrenheit for that second frying. Okay, and the oil temperature is back up. 375 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm going to put these back down for just about 2 more minutes. And you can see that those have some great color. We're 2 minutes in, so I'm going to go ahead and take these off the heat. And we just want to allow them to drip dry for just about a minute or 2. And that's how they look. They're nice and golden brown. That's just how I like them. And just the final step, you want to put them into a bowl, give them some sea salt, and toss that around. Okay, so everything is served up. I'm just doing it pretty simple today with some ketchup. You could be a little bit more elaborate with the seasonings if you like Old Bay. Sometimes I do that. But let's go in for a taste test. So those turn out perfect. They're perfectly cooked. soft and tender on the inside, nice and crispy and golden brown on the outside. I really hope you enjoyed this recipe. I'm Eric with Simply Elegant Home Cooking. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you again real soon.